everyone, it's Øyvind Martinsen here, and welcome to this Adobe Lightroom Develop training video. This image is from Sariguan National Park in Panama, and it's a desert. And I was out early in the morning and before sunrise. That's why you can see the colors on the sky. This is at dawn. And I used my 18mm wide-angle lens. We can see here at the top here, 18mm. I use ISO 200 f16, and the shutter speed was 25 seconds. So then, of course, I used a tripod and a cable release. And this is the raw file. It's undeveloped, and as you can see, it lacks contrast, it lacks sharpness and color. So we need to fine-tune it, so we need to develop it. So a raw file from the camera is an undeveloped image, so we need to refine it here in Adobe Lightroom. So let's go to work. The first thing I want to do is to warm up the color temperature. So I go out here on the color temperature. So I drag the slider a little bit to the right. You see, it's warmer. If I go to the left, it's colder. Don't overdo it like this, but I want a little bit warmer, like this. Also want to lift the shadows a little bit. The shadows is here. Now drag the slider to the right. Then the image opens up and I see more details in the shadows. Then I want to increase the contrast. Contrast slider is here. So drag the slider to the right. And now we have a more crispy image. So up to 24 on the contrast. I also want to increase the clarity. That's the slider that sharpens the medium tones or softens the medium tones in the image. So if I drag the slider to the left, we have a more soft image. If I go to the right, it's more crispy. So don't overdo it like this, but normally I end up around 20, 25, get some little bit more crispy. So now we have a better contrast, we have some more clarity, we warmed up the color tones, then we need to add some color, and I think of the old Fujichrome Velvia slide films when I develop my images in Adobe Lightroom, and the old Fujichrome films had good color and contrast, so that I need to get close to that by dragging the slider up. So around 45 at the vibrance, a little bit up on the saturation. I also want to take down the highlights a little bit. You see here. Then we see the colors are coming in. If I brighten it, it will be too light. Drag the highlights a little bit down there. Nice. And we go down here to the sharpening, drag it up to 58, radius 1.1, and I want to use the masking tool. And the masking tool, we can select the areas. With the masking tool, we can select the areas that doesn't need any sharpening. So I press the option button and drag the slider, the option button on the keyboard, and drag the masking slider to the right. You see the dark areas here now will not be sharpened because the sky and the blank surfaces doesn't need any sharpening. So there we go. And I want to go down here with the profile correction. Each lens has some optical deviations, and we can correct them here. So this is correcting for my size 18mm wide angle lens. So I just click there. You see now it changed when I click here. And also want to click on the remove chromatic aberration. The chromatic aberration can be color lines that appears between the horizon here and the sky. And I click that one. Oh, sorry, I missed it. They go back. Now it's there. Also want to go back here to the profile. When I click the profile corrections on the lens, I enable that here. And then I lost the vignette, but I want the vignette on my lens, because then I keep the viewer. You see, the vignette made it a little bit darker at the edges of the frame, and then I keep the viewer inside the image here. So I trick the viewer to be inside the frame. You see, if I go the other way, your eye will also go to the edges of the frame. So a little bit. This is a style decision, so it's up to you, but I like that. So let's go a little bit up again. And here we can fine-tune the HSL section. The HSL is the hue, saturation, and luminance tools. The luminance here can adjust the lightness of each color. So I can darken the red or lighten the red. And here on saturation, I can saturate red or desaturate red, or one of the other colors. And I can also fine-tune the hue. So each color has different hues, and we can fine-tune them here. Normally I don't touch the hue, but if you see some strange colors in your image, you can do that. So let's see what we can do with the saturation. We can go up a little bit on the red, not too much. A little bit up on the purple. You see the purple is a little bit there, and a little bit on the magenta. And also the luminance, we can take down the luminance a little bit on the red, a little bit on the purple, a little bit on the magenta. So then we have a little bit more density here on the sky. And I also want to fine-tune one more thing, and that's the sky here. So I want to use the built-in graduated neutral density filter, which is here. Click this. I want to darken it, so I take the exposure a little bit down. Go out here. Then I click here. I press the shift button on the keyboard to keep the lines straight. I click here and drag downwards. So everything above the upper line here will now have full effect of what I do here on the right side. So you see here, I can fine-tune it. So I want to drag it a little bit down. You see now the foreground is a little bit more balanced towards the sky. So I like this better. So just a little fine, small adjustment on the exposure, a little bit down. And if I want to add a little bit more saturation on the sky, I could drag this slider up here or desaturate it here. So don't overdo it like this. Maybe just a little bit extra here. There we go. And then we close it. I think we are having a good image now. Let's see if we can use the brush tool here to lighten up a little bit in this section and increase the contrast just here. So I go to the brush tool here on the top. Then I want to go a little bit in plus on the exposure, just 0.11. And a little bit on the contrast up here. Then I can paint with the brush over this area and get some extra details here. Yes, I like that. It's much better. Let's see the image in full frame. Press the F button here on the keyboard. Nice. I like it. Nice morning in the desert in Panama. So if you'd like to join us on one of our tours in Panama, we have several tours each year to different areas: rainforest, desert, wetlands, in the mountains, in the cloud forest. So it's endless photo opportunities there. So hope I see you there, and thank you for watching the video, and don't forget to hit the red subscribe button down below the video, and you will be notified when I post new videos. Thank you for watching.